The last item we're going to look at here is the completion tracking tool. So you'll notice next to each of your pages there's a little icon. Now that may be a check mark icon, or it may even be a double dash icon. So what these are your settings for the completion tracking tool. Now if you click on each of these, you can see that our options are required and automatic, required and manual, or not required. Basically, the completion tracking tool is a tool that allows students to see how much of the content they've completed in the course. This tool is not, however, connected to your grading at all. So if you grade a student's assignment, it's not going to update their completion tracking tool and show them that they're further ahead. This tool is just visible to the students themselves and is a way for them to keep track of how far that they've progressed. So you can change the settings of each of your pieces of content to determine how it will affect the completion tracking tool. The automatic setting will automatically mark the item as completed as soon as a student views it, posts in a discussion, completes a quiz, or submits to a Dropbox. If you have a piece of content set at manual, the icon changes to a check mark in a box, and that means that the student will actually have to click the box to mark the item as completed. And the third setting here is not required, meaning that this item will not count in the completion tracking. So you can change each of these items individually here, or you can change them all at one time. If you click on the drop-down arrow next to Table of Contents and select Change All Completion, this lets you change the completion tracking method for every single piece of content in your course at one time. You can set everything to be automatic, everything to be manual, or everything to be not required, meaning you're essentially turning off the completion tracking tool. Let's go ahead and choose Manual and choose Update here. Now the manual setting is nice because it basically gives students a way to mark each item when they've completed and use the content tool as their own checklist. Now the reason that this setting can be preferred is that it may take students several times of viewing a specific page before they think that they've completed it. So for example, a student might want to read our academic integrity policy a few times before they say that they understand it and check the box. Now again, you're not going to see the students' markings of things being completed here. This is just for the students to let themselves keep track of how far they've gone in the course. And from the student view, so let's switch to the student view really quickly to see how the completion tracking tool looks for them. If I go to my course homepage, I'm going to change my role to a student. And now let's go back to our content. So now you can see at the top of our page, there's a progress bar. This progress bar is showing us how much of the course has been completed. Now we included all of our items of content in here, so there are 68 total topics, and so far 0 have been completed. So we chose the manual setting, meaning that the student here is going to have to mark an item as completed. So when they've created their post and they've replied to all of their students, they can say, I've completed that discussion. And maybe they've read all of the content in this module so far as well. Now when the student scrolls up, they'll see that reflected in their percentage bar. So they know that they've completed a little over 5% of the course. That concludes our video of how to use the content tool in D2L.